predict Cerberus 2-0. Also, after game 1, I think they are the better players right now, despite, of course, Glory showing up really much on his own. And I think, yeah, it will be the 2-0. Cerberus takes it home.
Our analysts agree on the 2-0. So for the supposedly last game of today, we hand it over again to our favorite couple of Carrix and Yue.
Thanks, Clockwork. I love my favorite partner heading onto the rift with your way.
Let's go. Very long games today. We might be in for another 2. Only 4 in the books now, so we still have the potential to go to 6. And wow, it's already 20 past 4. This is a long VCS day, but why not? We're having a Sunday VCS feast. And we have another unique champion coming in with the Poppy.
Yeah, super interesting. I mean, Tim called it. Immediately saw the Callista, saw the reliance on dashes, and went, "This is a great Poppy angle." I completely agree as well. I think I would have liked the Poppy going support, if I'm honest. But I think Poppy jungle is very strong.
Oh, it's very good. I'm a little bit confused by her choice of mastery. Most Poppy jungles I've seen actually go for the damage route of electrocute most of the time. So this is more of a utility, more of a mobility choice with the face rush. Of course, it's great at chasing down opponents, maybe sticking to the Callista later on in the fight and just basically playing another game of chicken with Poppy W against Callista movement. One of the two has to come first, and then Poppy can just... if Poppy plays it correctly, Callista basically can't play the game. As Quincy pointed out, there's another good champion into the Callista, which is Braum. So this is going to be a very hard game to play for Riot. On the other side, though, Artemis and Lucian, that's not really a combination that has brought Cerberus a lot of success. We've seen him fail multiple times with this Lucian, so I'm interested to see if he can perform here, because that was the first pick. So they really trust Artemis on this Lucian.
They do, and he needs to reward that trust as Poss lands a nice barrel chain onto Nagia. Happy to see the VCS playing Gangplank. This is a champion that has always been criminally underrated by VCS teams, even when he has been just turbo broken. To the point I was talking about it to Tim before we got into our broadcast today. And he said, like, oh, you know, VCS top laners will have to play some Gangplank. And I said, they've never played Gangplank. And he said, oh, cool, they're not going to do anything at Worlds then.
Yeah, we actually see multiple teams now picking up the Gangplank slowly. It took a long time, like the Enchanters are still taking time. We've seen glimpses of Enchanters here and there, some teams playing it more than others. But these champions are very important to get into repertoire for an international play. And it's good to see slowly creeping in of the Gangplanks, of the Seraphines and the likes. So, yeah, let's see what Poss can do. Obviously, Poss, the Korean top laner. Okay, Leash, where did he come from?
Where did he come from? I think Arietti might be asking the same thing as he's been sent down. CBL burns his flash to get away, but it's a lovely, lovely start for Cerberus.
Yeah, and there we saw why Poppy is good into... I think you just straight up flashed over the wall, by the way, looking at the summoners. Yep. That is so gutsy, I love it. Leash finally making his presence known. He was a little disappointing in game 1 in the early game, in my opinion. A little bit too quiet, playing it too conservatively, but now instantly going for the kill, and they have put all their marks onto Ariety's back. Just going for everything that Callista hates to play against. Look at this move.
Look where he is.
It's so good.
Bang. So Chad. Oh, it's so Chad. And there's nothing you can do as the Callista. You're just dead.
Yeah, and that's flash down for Callista too now. So if she ever gets hit by a Braum Q, she's probably just dies in lane 2. So, and Leash is already on the bot side again, while Poss gets away from the gank. Doesn't even have to use his flash. So if they kill Callista again here, this game already looks very over. Let's see if they can make it happen.
I mean... that's the thing with Callista, and it's why Tim described it on the desk, and I completely agree with him, that it's a bit of a trap pick.
Yep.
It's not as strong as a lot of people seem to think it is. Oh, Yado, he might not be as strong as he thinks he is. He's got a lot of people collapsing onto him, but he runs away to the safe side, and Killer Queen is not able to involve himself.
Really bad placement from CBL. He actually gave way to Yada walking back to downwards. If he tries to stay on the bot side, Yada has to walk towards the middle, where Killer King comes from the top side. So weirdly played from CBL. In the end, I don't think there was much potential for a kill anyway, because it's Azir and you have very, very little hard CC to lock him down. Glory and Killer Queen have none, so you really need to hit W from Tahm Kench against a champion with a movement ability, so opportunistic, let's say.
Luck.
But they tried, why not? Funnily enough, actually, talking about Kalista and how she's a little bit of a trap or a scrim pick, she actually has a bad win rate in every single league. Last time I checked, all the top leagues play a lot of Kalista, especially LPL. Almost 50 games played before today, and negative win rate. Same goes for all the other leagues as well. But Lucian kind of fits the same, because a lot of people think Lucian is also a trap pick. Very highly prioritized. A lot of people play Lucian Army, and a lot of people lose with Lucian Army and don't accomplish anything in laning phase. So we kind of have the two trap pigs against each other. That's a fun little thing to watch out for.
Yado goes for the shuffle, but Glory with the fast fingers, W's out of there.
Very good emote game. Nicely done.
That is such a good emote.
The frog.
It's strong. I love the frog. Killer Queen drifting his way up the river. Leash is around if he actually wants to go for anything. He doesn't. He's just going to get some vision, and then it's going to be Team Wales picking themselves up a fairly free dragon.
Crucially, that wasn't actually that big of an engage from Yado. He basically only used his ultimate. He didn't actually go for the flash ult. Leash is here again. That's a Gangplank ult. Beautifully placed.
Gangplank ult. They really want to do this as the bot lane has come in.
Uh-oh.
And Artemis needs to find something, but Killer Queen finds it first. They clean up the bot lane immediately. Glory has get it done. He's picked up a triple kill your way. On a Corki at 7 minutes. Yado falls. Cerberus, this is a damn disaster. Oh, they're not going to get aced. Surely. Nagia going under tower. He goes 1 for 1. That's a delayed ace.
That's insane. That's a triple kill for Corki at 7 minutes, where he's barely a champion. He can basically auto-attack and fire maybe 1 or 2 abilities, and that's it. No CC, no zoning, no nothing. But this is once again, this comes down to over-focusing Ariety. Yeah, they kill him at some point, but it's only a Kalista, and look at all the other champions. Look at Killer Queen.
Dragon was MVP. It just locked onto Artemis and just went, I'm killing you. To the point where I thought Artemis was getting hit by the Gangplank ult. That's how much damage the dragon did to Artemis.
Yeah. And that's very, very bad as a result for Cerberus now walking into... They shut down Ariety, but in the meantime, Glory is now 3-0, and he's a Corki. We've seen already what Corki can do. And Glory is probably an even better team fighter in the late game on hyper carries than Froggy ever was. So he now is in a position to prove everyone wrong, to prove to everyone that he is one of the best mid laners, and his choice of team was correct. Let's see if he can carry the Wales later on, because he should have all the tools in his arsenal to do so.
And the Herald is actually going to go to Cerberus to get themselves something back. They are 1,000 gold down. Ariety will be taking tower plates in trade, so it's even gold-wise. So they really need to use this Herald for some tempo.
Nagia is a dragon again, and he actually gets a dragon, so this Shyvana scaling up without having to do anything about that. That's pretty nice for her. She needs to get away from here, though, and she might have overstayed. Nope. She's fine.
No, it's just zoning. This is just zoning. They're going to try and take a few plates and then drop the Herald, I think. But with CBL reinforcing, they may have... they're not. It's not going to be ideal.
What's going on here, CBL?
Okay, and CBL goes in, gets immediately taken out by the Poppy. Nagia going low.
Leash.
This is really bad. Leash is going to fall and Nagia lives.
Oh, durability patch is just working its way in the VCS. So many dives can't come through anymore, and suddenly another kill to Wales, another tower in the bot lane. They're just winning on all sides, and Cerberus is overplaying their cards that they don't even own.
This is a little bit unreal.
It's very silly. So this is very much conjecture, right? This is very much just reading into the situation. Might just all be narratives, but that's what we're here for, right? That's why we cast in the games. I feel like these two games can be looked at from the Cerberus perspective as we get one Korean game and one Vietnamese game.
Oh man, this is a game as they continue just to try and scale up. I'm just trying to like sort of get my head around what's actually going on here, because despite all of this action, the CS is all very even. The gold is not too far apart. It's not great. It's 2k gold for Wales in 10 minutes, but despite that, you look at it and the bot lane is still doing awful.
Yeah, it's not a great start, but the Kalista really is only there to be annoying, I'd say. She doesn't really need to be the main carry. We have other people for that, especially Glory after getting the triple kill. Kalista is really chilling for the rest of the game. If Corki can't...
Sure. Oh, CBL carrying his jungler out of there.
That shield does not look balanced to me.
It's a big shield.
That level 6 shield is insane. I don't ever see the shield being this impactful later in the game. It's really weird. I need to look at the scaling, because the level 6 shield looks so unbelievably gigantic compared to the late game shields. Not entirely sure what's going on with the Tahm Kench ultimate. But very nicely done. CBL just getting him out of there.
Partially, it's because a 400 health shield looks a lot better, bigger on your health bar when you have 1,000 total health than a 800 health shield when you have 2,000.
You're totally correct, yeah, but that shield looked way too big for a level 6 ability. Still, they get out of there.
It was a big shield.
And I think we have a little bit of downtime, potentially, for a second. So, can we talk about this top lane Shyvana actually going for lethal tempo?
Yeah, that's weird, to say the least. I mean, you stack it quickly.
So, the only way lethal tempo can really make sense to me is if you build some on-hit / AD items. Because the thing with PTA is actually not a bad tank rune. We see this on Volibear of the likes going full tank.
Hang on. Oh. You've missed a chance. As we have more action, a teleport will be called in, but is it going to get there in time to save Poss? It will, but regardless, it forces a flash, it forces a TP. Wales are pretty happy.
Yeah, good proactive move from Wales. They didn't even invest anything but the Lee Sin ultimate, and that's exactly what it's for, so nicely done. Forcing the teleport, getting a plate onto Kukorki most likely. Or not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he gets it. So that's actually just a full win on all sides for Wales. Who cares if the Shyvana gets a kill? She already has 2. That's more than you expect on the tank Shyvana top lane. But righty in trouble.
Yeah, but that Glacial Fissure misses completely from Huber, and they're going to be able to get out of there fairly easily.
Yeah, to just quickly finish the point, yeah, PTA actually has very decent base damage, so it's kind of good if you just build tank items as well. Not really the case with lethal tempo. You really need something behind just the attack speed, so I would assume she's going to go for a little bit of oomph behind her lethal tempo. Let's see.
Has got the Frostfire Gauntlet, so let's see what more comes out. That bot lane tower is very low, but so is the top lane. It's Nagia running forward onto Poss, but you don't get to catch Gangplank. He just throws B emotes up and laughs at you. Poss, strong emote game. I'm going to be honest. I'm liking it.
Yeah. Competing against Lori on the other side. Let's see if they ever meet each other to go on the one-on-one contest of emotes. It looks like Wales is just controlling everything on the bot side, though. Another dragon into their pockets. Glory scaling up nicely. Ori completed 1 item. He's so far accelerated. Look at his items already. He basically got a Hex Drinker for free, so he can't ever die, and is still scaling normally as if he had no Hex Drinker in his inventory. This is such a luxury game for the side of Glory.
What do you think Artemis is building?
Yeah, probably Collector, I think.
I guess, yeah, okay. I kind of forgot Collector existed. Maybe I tried to put it away out of my mind. But yeah, it probably is just Collector. You're right. I thought maybe there was going to be some real spicy stuff.
Yeah, most likely it's just going to be the normal Lucian. It's already not really a normal Lucian build, I have to say, though. But no time for that. Another team fight is imminent. Nagi is level 11, very high level. Could really have a big impact here.
Glory burns his W. Nagia moving in. Gets a big E as well. Tags them all up. Of course, it's not the old AP Shyvana Keck W's, but it is a lot of damage regardless. And I think Cerberus are making the call of let's not lose the game over a second Rift Herald.
Yeah, just top lane level difference, really. Nagia can do whatever he wants on level 11 Shyvana. She's so tanky, so much pressure.
Never mind. Let's lose the game over a second Rift Herald.
Leash, oh no.
Leash. I don't know about that one. Artemis is managing to zone Yardo out. That's a good gangplank ult as well to disengage the fight, but I don't know what Leash was thinking.
What is Cerberus doing this game? They just completely disconnected their brains from game 1 to game 2. What is happening? All of their moves in this game are so weird. Just very un-Cerberus-like. They look like Killer Queen's ulti.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the communication just isn't there, and this is something we have to keep an eye on with this team, because they don't all speak the same language. We've seen in some of the mic checks that they're using English to speak to the Korean players, at least, because the Korean players, you know, in Korea, you probably pick up a little bit more English than you do Vietnamese. So when they're talking to Leash, they're using rudimentary English. Maybe that's just breaking down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Leash was seeing in this play, because obviously you're dying there on 200 HP Poppy, running into a Lee Sin. Maybe his reaction speed on W wasn't good enough, but even if he stops the Lee Sin engage, I still think he dies instantly. Yeah. So they did get the flash from Glory, so maybe something to revisit there. The engage is not the greatest in the world, but maybe if Yardo can find an angle on Corki, there could be something to be done. Because if you actually get on top of Corki with Poppy, Corki can't move against Poppy. The only thing he can do is try to wait for his package, but the normal W gets stopped. So that's maybe a way out of this situation.
Also, the really good thing as well is what Corkies will so often do is they'll package into a dangerous spot and then Valkyrie away, because of course you can double it. Poppy, you cannot do that. You'll get in. She won't stop you getting in. She will stop you getting out. So Glory has to be very careful.
Funnily enough, that actually might make Corki stronger, because the thing I blamed about Corki the last 3 hours was him going in, so he can't do that.
That's very true. Gets to stop the shikis. Always good. As Poss once again having to ult just to clean up minions, having to help his team out, unable to really find those like aggressive quote-unquote gangplank ults, trying to set plays up, just trying to stop plays from Team Wales.
And I think right now we're working against the timer for Cerberus with the gangplank items. He's pretty strong. He just finished his cull. He's a normal gangplank. That means he has about 20% more gold than normal champions. So he's going to be naturally accelerated. But is he far enough ahead to make this next dragon fight feasible? Because it's already looking a little bit scary. Dragon coming up in 40 seconds, and you kind of need this dragon. Because fighting against a Corki package with always the looming threat of the soul, every single dragon for the rest of the game, really not a situation you want to find yourself in. So I like this move from Cerberus, very assertive, just moving up the river. They need this dragon, they're ready to fight for it.
They absolutely are, but if I know one thing about Killer Queen, it's that he never has seen a fight he doesn't want to take. Particularly one that'll get him soul point. Nagia obviously has a full rage bar, can go dragon form at any time. All of the ultimates are available. Killer Queen on the side. Leash just giving him a bit of a biffo, but they're not really committing anything. Nagia needs to be careful with that Braum tag. Good damage coming in from Glory onto Artemis. This is very, very close. There's the dragon form.
That's W down from Poppy. She doesn't have that for another, 15 seconds or something. So Cerberus on the back foot. They still want this dragon. Ooh. Nagia's on the timer, though.
Gangplank ult just came up. There's the knock away, but it's only onto the Kench. In goes Leash, onto Killer Queen. They take him low. There's the Gangplank ult raining down. The culling will do enough damage, and Azir finishes off. There's the dragon taken as well. The whales are not looking ideal. Great play. Oh no, the health bars have turned around. Leash burns away. Yardo full health. Good flash away from that Fate's call. Cuba blocking as much as he can as Artemis is in trouble. Glory moving forward. Should be able to pick up this kill onto Cuba. So the Dragon was picked up, but look at the state of the map. Yado on the run, but look at Nagia, got those sneakers laced up tight. And he's coming in. Thankfully, the Emperor's Divide, well, just pushes them back where they wanted to be, your way, in the Baron Pit.
A little bit of a question mark as to why he still had his Emperor's Divide after the fight, but this might be the breaking point of the game. A scramble teleport from Pos. He needs to make something magic happen.
There's a package!
Yep.
He just dies! Nagia turns around onto Yado. Yado screws up the E. He doesn't get out.
What is Cerberus doing?
Just two massive mechanical misplays.
Well, I guess we're here for a while, because this is definitely looking like a Game 3. Cerberus is just losing themselves in every single situation. They got the Dragon, but what did it cost? Almost everything. 5k gold deficit against the Corki composition. Against the seemingly scaling Shyvana. I actually don't have any idea what the scaling of that champion is, but it seems pretty strong right now. And Lori just one-shots the enemy top laner. Wow.
I mean, you can't TP in the face of a Corki with package.
He certainly can't.
That never works.
Very good marking from Glory, though. He just instantly turned around and focused down the gangplank. That could be a little bit scary in the Dragon Baron Pit against the barrel combo. Probably maxed out, definitely maxed out Q and almost maxed out barrels. In fact, maxed out barrels as well. So you never want to face that kind of risk, especially also with the uncertainty of Baron Secure, Smite, and then Rend. It's a little iffy. So, very well played from Glory, and he's 5-0-2. He's really trying to bring his team over the line and bring Team Wales, the newest team in the league, to a 2-0 start.
I mean, this is what? In 2 games, he's 11-2?
Yeah, he's putting in an insane carry performance.
This is an absolute cracker of a performance. They catch on to Killer Queen, boots the Poppy away, the culling just out of range, so Killer Queen will live.
Yeah, what can Cerberus find here? They are struggling against the range and all the disengage from Team Wales. They need to somehow isolate Glory, get on top of him and shut him down, because he's contributing too much damage. But there's Nagia just always in front of him, always close to Glory, just the bodyguard here, the big dragon bodyguard. Sounds pretty cool to have. And on the other side, it's...
I'm into it. That sounds like an anime plot.
Yeah. And we have to also talk about Azir once again, looking pretty useless.
Yeah, look, we've seen a little bit of Azir so far, and it just really hasn't been the go. At least from what we've seen. Another wave being shoved in. The Sun Disk is up to buy some time.
Nagia does not. Yeah.
He doesn't take damage.
He is a big tanky boy, or girl, I guess. And also with an interesting itemization, just going full HP, because he gets a lot of free stats from the dragons. So that's a lot of effective HP, more than on any other champion, really. Because you just get free resistances from taking dragons. Mountain Drake on top of that, if you're lucky for the next dragon. So this Shyvana is really tanky.
Yeah, she absolutely is. That will be the final part of the push with the Baron. So they don't actually get a huge amount done with the Baron. It was an opportunistic Baron rather than one they sort of set up for. But regardless of that, they got to a 7k gold lead.
Yeah, at this point, Cerberus is probably thinking about the next game. I would really move away from the solution for Artemis. They've tried it multiple times now. I'm not sure exactly on the game count, but I've seen it at least 3 times before, and it's always backfired. He's just not able to put in the same kind of performance. Maybe he's not quite as good on this champion, but I think it's more about the whole team not working as well with Lucian. He's a very different champion. He's not a hyper carry backline front to back kind of champion. He just needs to be played a little bit differently, and 112, 226 CS at 24 minutes, just not the kind of performance you need from your star player, the player you have to play around, the player that brought you to a title in winter. You need something else. You need the Kog'Maw kind of gameplay, the Twitch. We have seen it so many times.
Yeah, now this will be a dragon taken down for the Whales, moving up to Soul Point. More resistances on to Nagia. And look at that. There is a little bit of AD coming behind this lethal tempo. There's a Tiamat.
Oh, that's super interesting. So that's going to be Titanic Hydra. Oh, I like this. I used to play a lot of Bruiser Shyvana back in Season 4, one of my mains. It was a lot of fun all the time. Glory.
I will say, the one thing that stops me ever playing an auto-attack focused Shyvana is her Q doesn't have extended range. It's like the only auto-attack reset in the game that doesn't. It sucks.
She has lethal tempo though, so she actually gets extended range in this game particularly.
That's true. But yeah, please, Riot, get on that. It's really annoying for trading puns.
So right now we're in a little bit of a lull. There's no need for Team Wales to overplay their cards. They have a Corki on 3 items. They are looking at a Mountain Soul next in 4 minutes, I should say. There's also a Baron potentially on the card, so they really don't have to rush. The enemy team doesn't really scale. I mean, they have Gangplank, so they do scale very nicely, but he's still very far away from actually winning the game. And the rest of the team composition doesn't look too scary, I'd say. So yeah, I think Team Wales is just chilling right now, waiting for the next opening offered by Cerberus. And judging from this game so far, they are going to get it in the next 2-3 minutes.
We'll have to see. Objective bounties have, of course, turned on for Cerberus. So they could potentially get an influx of gold. Killer Queen caught out, but immediately a TP from Nagia. The bodyguard comes in. Once again, it's the anime plot. I fell into a fantasy world and I'm a buff dragon girl. Is that an anime title?
Yes. League of Legends Isekai, let's go. That's gonna get so many viewers you can't even believe.
But the fight kicks off. Nagia does turn into that dragon form, moving on forward. The culling will stop the chase from Wales for now, but they've fended them off. Nagia taking a fair bit of damage, just needs to back off and let that Warmogs do its work. So Cerberus for now have stopped the Baron. Nope, never mind. They immediately go back onto it.
Well, that was a very good defense from Cerberus, and that's, I don't know, a little bit too early maybe on the trigger there from Poss on the ultimate. Once again, Poss's ultimates, they haven't been bad, but they also haven't quite hit the mark, I think. Oh, engage.
Oh, Sharima Shuffle onto Nagia. This is going to be a kill. They finally take her down. It's a big shutdown as well.
Glory, no!
Glory, what have you just done, mate? He dives across the enemy team, does kill the ADC. CBL bails him out. This is an amazing performance from Glory. He's playing frontline Corki. Melee range with the machine gun. Look at him go. They pick up the team fight. They pick up 4.
Froggy, take notes. That's how you do it. Glory just in the backline, and I was getting flashbacks to the last series. But of course, this time he has a Tom Kench. He just eats and gets another shield, repositions. Also, still has the ability to come back with his GA. So no worries whatsoever. Glory knew what he was doing. I'm sorry, Glory, for ever doubting you, because you still have your flash available too. He's still deathless in this game, and he's putting in such an insane carry performance. Emperor might have another contender for week 1 player of the week.
Oh my word. This is quite the performance out of Glory. He is out of BTS prison. He's now the warden.
Yeah, and look at this again. The start is really good. Shutdown over to Gangplank, but this looks a little troll, but he gets the damage out of the fight with Artemis dying instantly. Yado can't do anything. He doesn't have the soldiers set up. He was the engage tool. Once again, we see Azir played as an engage tool. Not very helpful. I mean, he got 1 pick, but then can't team fight anymore. Killer Queen.
They do catch on to him, and bang, he goes down. So that Cerberus aren't going out without a fight.
They're slowly recovering. They're slowly getting back to what we expect from Cerberus as a team. They should be one of the best teams in the league, and slowly they're showing glimpses of it. Nice steal from Hugh. Nakia is so insanely tanky. Look at him.
This is pretty ridiculous. Has access to the dragon form once again.
They need to go now. They're 5v4 on the map. They need this dragon.
Yeah.
It's only spawning in 20 seconds, so this is on a very, very slim timer. They have a chance here to get the dragon before Killer Queen can come and smite it away, but they might get into a position where they all just die for it.
But look what Wales is doing. This dragon, like, okay, if Wales gets it, it's sold, but if Cerberus gets it, who cares? They're just going to trade it for an inhib.
They might even be able to finish. Nagia can jump into the whole team. I think they have an angle here. Oh.
I don't think they can stop there's one back going through. No, Pos cancels. Pos cancels his back. They killed Nagia. Ariety is on the Nexus towers. I don't think he can do this in time, particularly with a Gangplank hold stopping him. Good stuff there by Pos.
Glory didn't believe.
Using that ult to try and save the situation. There's a shutdown now onto CBL. Pos chasing onto Killer Queen as well. They actually could pick up quite a lot of gold here. Killer Queen, of course, will be able to get away. He's Elise in. As Ariety has taken down one Nexus tower, but it's just the one. But look at this. They're getting another inhibitor. This is a Mountain Drake for 2 inhibs.
Glory didn't believe in the finish. I think Ariety just called frantically for the finish, but Glory walked into top lane, and now they still might die for this.
I don't think so. They can't go into Glory.
Glory
They just
slowed.
Yeah, I think... Oh, that wasn't even the big one. That was a regular rocket your way.
Late game Corky. Ha ha ha. Good champion.
Oh, my.
Oh, I think the team really needs to slow this down. Watch this in 0.25 speed and analyze if the finish was possible. Because to me, it definitely looked like a finish angle. You have 2 ADCs in the base, and Nagia can buy so much time here. Yeah,
I think if Glory sticks...
Look at this. Pos even gets cancelled too. That's 8 seconds from now. If Glory stays in mid lane...
Yeah, if Glory stays, they win.
I think they...
100%.
Yep. I think they actually had the finish here. They are still in a really good position to finish the game, but it's 2 more kills over to Cerberus. Every minute that goes by makes the game feasible.
Hang on a minute, we come back out to Nagia once again being harassed, but a teleport coming in. Once again, Pos dropping down the ultimate, trying to be a hero, but it's Glory that will have the heroics at the moment. Killer Queen tagged with a Q, can't actually follow up on it, doesn't want to, but Cerberus are on the run.
Nagia definitely has killed slimes for 300 years to get OP. My god, is he tanky. Yeah, that's an anime reference you probably don't get, but
I figured.
He is so tanky. He just stood there forever. Wow, this top lane Shyvana actually looks much better than the mid lane Shyvana from earlier today.
Crazy that, isn't it? Whoa! Truly shocking stuff. As they will engage once again into the back line. Does go Killer Queen. They are just trying to space this out. The double knock away and Killer Queen going down. Cerberus might actually be able to hold this one with the separation of the team. The Nexus is exposed, but no one's able to hit it at the moment. Oh no! Double kill now being picked up for Pos. Ariety jumping around like an absolute madman. Hippity hoppity.
It's on Yado.
Your property. He's got the triple. He keeps on going forward. Look at him go. He's an absolute frog as he leaps all over these nerds. And he'll get himself a Nexus. He'll get himself a victory.
What an end to the game.